guerrilla dining was a term that was used for, it was mostly popular in UK, and it was used for places that didn't have a front, that were working as little underground diners, and they would pop up at old warehouses or old buildings, and then just do like a 2-day event or a 3-day event. So that seemed correct for the concept I was doing when this started. This started from home with like 2 inductions and 1 air fryer. And so that seemed correct, guerrilla dining. Also, the concept of diners, they're basically like dhabas in America, right, on the highway. So back in the day, not everyone was literate enough. So they would always name it after an animal, so that everyone could be like, oh, I'm going to the lion's diner or the bear diner. So once gorilla came into the picture, I realized people would have a hard time pronouncing it. So gorilla became like a alter ego or the mascot for it. A lot of people that have been abroad or have lived abroad, they really like the burgers because it reminds them of the actual smash burgers that you get in New York and stuff. So yeah, it's a trade-in. I would rather go with the greasier model.
Yes, I make fresh tacos every single day. It's pain in the ass, but yes. Do about like 50 portions a day. And each portion has like 4 tacos. So that's like about, how many? 200 tacos a day. Yeah. And then I also take care of the dessert. So I have to make fresh cookies every single day.
The idea was just to say, fuck you to, like, you know, every general advice that the industry gives you, that this is what you should do, and do things the way you want to. And if they work, they work. If they don't work, then it's a good enough, test or experiment for you that you can go back to doing the way things were. And that's why there was no marketing team, which people don't realize. A lot of the comments are like, this is hype marketing and influence. But we haven't paid like a single person ever because we didn't have the budget. This is a family-owned diner. So this is everything that you see is bootstrapped to the T. Like from the tiles to all the graphics, everything has either been done by me or by my parents. Because we wanted to save as much as we could.
Our life is a lot more fruitful because we're able to put a lot more finesse into the food that we make. And we can really concentrate on making what we're making, because if I really have to make, say, 100 portions of something, I know it's only going to be 100 portions, so I can do the best 100 portions that I can do today. Secondly, it also feels nice that we're not scared of service. It doesn't feel like we don't know what is going to happen. We're completely prepped, and as this is something that Chef Tushar says a lot, if your prep is strong, your service will always go great. And if your prep is not strong, no matter how whatever you are, your service will never go great. And we've seen it happen. We've seen days where we had very weak prep, and we were set up early, but because of the weak prep, the service went to shit like very quick. I think within the first 30 minutes, everything was haywire, tits up.
By the time we were opening, I was just, it was a very juvenile thought of, oh, I'm opening my own. I hope people come. I hadn't taken into consideration what if a lot of people come. And that's what I think happened in the first month. We opened and the response was amazing, like really heartwarming. But we couldn't really handle it after a while, like in terms of the general queue management. And because it's a small kitchen, we can't do production for like 200 people if 200 people start coming. So that took a while for us to get used to, and for the guests too.
The birria is our greatest mushroom vegetarian queso birria. It goes on the grill, gets crispy, and you get a very nice consomme with it to eat with. And usually you will find the consomme to be quite thin in Mexico, but as Indians, we like a little more chunkiness on our rotis, so we've made it a little thicker and not so consomme-like. It's more like a gravy than it is a consomme. The vegetarians that we see here, a lot of them do come for the birria. But now, my side has turned a little bit. They have started coming for the eggplant parmigiano as well, which I think is the best version of an eggplant that I have had. We start prep by 11:30 usually, and I prep throughout the day, and till 4 o'clock I do prep in the kitchen because I am a chef. But after 4 o'clock I move to the front because I was involved in an accident. I busted my shoulder. So currently I cannot work full shifts in the kitchen. So I shifted to front of house for now. So the front area has to be set up, all of my stickers have to be in place, all of the tissues have to be rolled out, tables have to be clean, all that job. I set up the music playlist every day, but I think we end up playing the same playlist every day. Initially, I was very skeptical and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do it. Why do I have to be front of house? But I've grown to like it. It's quite nice actually. I've become like a little bit of a social butterfly, and it's fun.